How to cope with change without getting stressed. Change is an unavoidable constant in everyone's life, but as a young adult or teen, it can make you feel like your life is completely out of your control. I get it, especially right now with all the crazy situations that are going on all around us in the world today. Life can feel pretty scary. Hi there. Welcome to Teen Therapy TV. I'm Rebecca Gupta and I'm a teen life coach and behavioral therapist. I believe that life-changing coaching is based on life-changing insight, on seeing a point of view or understanding issues in a way that you couldn't earlier. If you're new here, welcome. It's lovely to have you. Say hi in the comments and let me know what you're struggling with or what you're going through and how I can help you. If you've been here before, welcome back. It's great to have you here. Today's session is all about how to cope with change without getting stressed. The thing is that the way you deal with change while it's happening has a huge impact on whether you end up experiencing it as a stressful or a positive outcome. The anxiety circle is a common way that humans deal with sudden change. When unwanted or sudden change happens, you instantly have a ton of negative thoughts that flood your mind. This gets you feeling stressed. You then avoid thinking about it and run away from it or behave impulsively, doing something that's probably not the right choice. Either ways, your actions usually lead to more stress and unpleasant consequences, and then the cycle repeats again and again. Sounds familiar? So what can you do when change happens in your life and you feel yourself beginning to get stressed? Ideally, walk yourself through all the 4 steps below. If you don't have the bandwidth to do all 4, simply choose the one that feels doable to you and focus just on that. The first thing I suggest doing is relaxing and reflecting on the change that's happening. First off, I want you to realize that most of the time, changes don't require you to take immediate action about them. You might think they do, but actually nothing major will happen if you take 15 minutes to an hour to sort things out in your head. This is a lesson it took me a while and lots of frustration to learn. I wish I'd realized earlier that nothing major will happen if I don't take action or reply and react instantly. In fact, I wish I'd known that if I did react or reply instantly, I was doing the wrong thing practically every single time. Think about it. Next time things change around you, situations change, people behave unexpectedly, and so on, take a step back, distract yourself from the situation, and assess it neutrally. Be honest with yourself about what it is clearly that you are experiencing, not what you're feeling or thinking, but the situation you're experiencing. When we focus on what we're thinking or feeling, we're looking at the situation through a filter of our own beliefs. Concentrate on the change as a problem and how you can make that problem work out for you the best way. The second step I suggest is to work through the change and direct its impact on your life. You can do this by focusing on your own values instead of focusing on your fears. Think about the times in the past where you have been able to positively move through changes by utilizing your own values and your own strengths. Keep your attention and focus on how you're going to be able to cope and manage this change, rather than how you will be negatively affected or stressed out by it. Focus less on the thought of being stressed and more on how to move through it. Step number 3. Develop a coping plan and practice a routine. I like to use behavioral therapy processes like the one that I'm linking down below to work through problems like this. The CBT or DBT based processes will guide you through the steps of working through the change in a healthy way. To begin with, it's easier to use the PDF I've attached and actually journal or work through the issue on a paper. As you practice this method of dealing with the change, it becomes a routine, and then you will no longer need the worksheet and will be able to logically process and go through the steps in your own mind. Step number 4 is to reach out to somebody else and finally talk to someone about the changes that you're experiencing. This could be a friend, a partner, or a therapist, but try and find someone who isn't directly experiencing this change or going through this change with you. Because it's always good to have a neutral point of view in terms of getting advice or bouncing your thoughts off. To sum this whole thing up, change can be as scary or as stressful as you let it be. Taking a positive mindset and trying to create a different perspective and point of view in terms of the way you look at change when you're experiencing it is really key to be able to move through this situation without it pulling you down, stressing you out, or overwhelming you. As a teen or a young adult, this is a skill that will really serve you well for the rest of your life. Because change at the end of the day is inevitable. It's constant. It's in every part of our life. The way you react to change hugely impacts the way you experience life. As a teen or a young adult, this is a skill I really want you to learn. This is a skill that could have done me a lot of good if I had learned it earlier. But it's never too late.